to thank you for coming to our grand opening of the Community First Republican Club. People asked him why did we decide to name it Community First. I believe it should be the priority for every elected official, for every party leader, for every American, for every New Yorker to put community first, to support our local communities, to make sure that we have a good quality of life. I believe it was important for us to create this new Republican Club. We are very happy to work with everybody, with all other Republican clubs, not just in Brooklyn but beyond. And we are delighted to welcome tonight the chairman of Kings County Republican Party, Liam McCabe. Please, Liam. Liam was elected just a few weeks ago, and he's already hit the road running, visiting every club, every community when possible, because we cannot just live somewhere on air. We need to be on the ground, talking to people, listening to communities, and to making sure that everybody is important. So thank you for coming. I appreciate it very much. Liam McCabe.
First of all, a big round of applause. Congratulations, Ari, for a phenomenal turnout on this inaugural race. And it is great to be here and to be the chairman. I just got in, but big shoes to fill. We have our former chairman here, Richie Bo, saying let's give a round of applause. And Chairman Emeritus has decided, obviously, to stay on, and so you get two chairmen for the price of one. But it's really great to be here. One thing I want to say too is also congratulations on the name. You know, Community First is a perfect name for Ari Kagan. I've been around for a long time in politics. I worked as a staffer for many years, and that's how I got to know Ari. Ari is a little bit new to the Republican Party, but always involved in the community, and me and him would be, as staffers, working to solve problems for the community. I did it as a staffer for Republicans. He did it for many, many, many Democrats through the years. But you know, one of the things we did was we had to work together. We had to come together to solve those problems because, you know, the old saying goes, there's no Republican or Democratic way to pick up the garbage. And that's really the truth. It was the truth back then, it's the truth now. And so it's a perfect name for this club for you to be the president of. So anything I can do, anything the Republican Party can do to help you, and we're happy to have you. This is great. Phenomenal turnout. Congratulations.
Liam, not everybody knows, but Liam works, his daytime job is he's an EMS worker, basically saving lives. So thank you so much. First responder, I would say. Thank you very much. Thank you. I also would like to give a chance to speak. Already mentioned, Emeritus. He carried the Republican torch in Brooklyn for some difficult years. And as a result, we know we have many Republican elected officials in Brooklyn today. Like, if you look like 20 years ago, like 30 years ago, everybody would say, Republican? No, no chance. Now we have so many Republican elected officials and more to come. Next year is election, as you know. Election of governor, election of state controller, election of state attorney general. Next year we elect New York State Assembly, New York State Senate. So the list goes on and on and on. And of course we need to support our fabulous Republican candidates. And New York City is heavily Democratic, so of course we work with common sense Democrats. And in fact, in this audience I see some common sense Democrats who want to join us. We have associate membership for our Democrats, which is a little bit lower than regular membership. But we welcome everybody, and we hope to convert as many people as possible to our ideas of strong national security, public safety, low taxes, legal immigration, and sanctity of life, and I can go on and on. So I would like to introduce my very good friend, Chairman Emeritus of Brookings County Republican Party, Richie Barsanin.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is an honor, it is a privilege to be here with you tonight. Before I say a word about my dear friend, Ari Kagan, I want to say, where is Chairman Liam McCabe? Liam, I want to say that the unity, the brotherhood, and the incredible passion that I share with my dear friend, Chairman Liam McCabe, we are unified in delivering success after success. The key to our future, victories is returning those who represent our standards, our quality of life. And as I did in various leadership positions over the past decade, ultimately, the last 2 years, I had the honor of being the chairman. I want everyone to know that not only do I support Chairman McCabe, but there is absolutely nothing between us. We are unified as one. We are driven to a common goal. And for those who say, well, look what just happened recently. You know what I say with Chairman Liam? Let me be clear about this. That is yesterday. We are going forward to tomorrow. We will remain strong. We will remain united. We will remain Republicans. And most important of all, we will not turn away those who disagree with us. We are not interested in attacking Democrats. We are not interested in negativity. What we are interested in is the future of New York City belongs to all those who follow the law, who have love in their heart. Whether they are Christians, Muslims, or Jews, they are New Yorkers and they are Americans. And we are the Republican Party that will not ever allow hatred to win. What we will support is the future of our children and the future of our grandchildren. And let me, if I may, for a moment further, let me tell you what the job is, because Chairman McCabe and I communicate very often. This year, we don't want to talk about how we wish people bad. We don't. We want them to succeed, because if they succeed, we succeed. But we differ with their opinion. We have a different avenue that we walk down. And I'll tell you the names of our avenue. I'll tell you the names of our streets. One of them is here right now, the future of our party and the past of our party, Assemblyman Michael Novikov. I'm very proud of what he does for our community. Is Alec Prokrasny here, that great assemblyman? Okay. Assemblyman Alec Prokrasny, Assemblyman Lester Chang, Senator Steve Chan, former councilman, and in my book, councilman at large forever, Ari Kagan. We have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, this is not about what happened. It's about what will happen. And this is how we do it. This year, we're not just going out door to door for signatures, but we're doing something very important. Each of you, whether it's 3, 4, or 5, will register people with us. Whether there were Democrats, whether they were independents, it doesn't matter. We have a responsibility to put common sense officials in office who represent our values. Here he is, right there in the corner, Assemblyman Alec Prokrasny. When you have a problem, when you need results, when you need people to fight against irresponsible behavior and irresponsible legislation, these are the people. Prokrasny, Novikov. This is the family of responsible elected Republican officials. But as I've said before, Chairman, you've heard me say this many times, please don't think that the R only stands for Republican. The R stands for responsible. Do not surrender. We are blessed. Hashem, Allah, the Lord has blessed us. We are in the greatest city, in the greatest state, in the greatest country in the world. And we have unity, we have the message, and we have the messengers. Ladies and gentlemen, fight, and Ari Kagan, thank you for forming this club. It's beautiful.
Thank you so much. I already mentioned that Liam McCabe is a first responder. He's an EMS worker. I have to mention that Richie Barsabian protected our public safety in New York City as a police officer for more than 20 years. Yeah, for several decades. So which is very important, So they're not just talking the talk. They're like people who walking the walk, you know, like so. And we are very grateful for your service.
Thank you.
I would like also to mention that, of course, next year is coming very quickly. It's December already, you know, like so. 2026 is coming, and we are not even like hiding that next year our priority is to re-elect Assemblyman Michael Novakov, to re-elect Assemblyman Alec Bukarasi, to re-elect my boss and very good friend, Senator Stephen Chen. He couldn't be here tonight, but he's fully supportive of this club. He sends regards. He will definitely come to the next club meeting. So, and Lester Chang, Assemblyman, I believe he's also coming a little bit later, but he's gonna come. So, without further ado, I would like to give a chance to speak to my very good friend, Assemblyman Michael Novakov, who is a fighter against hate and anti-Semitism, who is a fighter for affordability, now the popular term, affordability. And I'm saying that it's not a one-party term. Like, Republicans are fighting for affordability every single day by lowering taxes, by making sure there are less regulations, by supporting small businesses, and making sure that our working people are appreciated, you know. Assemblyman Michael Novakov.
Thank you, Ari. Thank you all for coming here tonight. I know December is a busy month with all the celebrations and holidays. And happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving, happy upcoming holidays, happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas. And I know you're dressed, many of you dressed in red today, not because it's Merry Christmas, but because you are a part of the Republican movement. And I'm saying Republican movement because it is a movement. And many of you used to be Democrats, used to be independent, maybe some of you never been interested in politics. But today, you can't just ignore that. It is a movement. And Republican Party is becoming became a party of the people. We are very, very different. All of us were very different here. There are our Pakistani friends. We were actually in a Chinese adult daycare center, right? So a lot of Chinese people. Thank you so much to Lina Chen, the leader of the Chinese American community. Russian speaking. Myself, I represent a lot of the Russian speaking community. Myself, I'm from Russia. We're very different. We speak different languages. We have different cultures. But what is a club? Club is something that unites different people because of one interest. And our interest is for this borough, for the great borough of Brooklyn, for this amazing city, New York City, to have a better life. Because some things got really, really wrong for the past several years, especially beginning with the pandemic era. And we all understand, we all realize that, right? So I want to thank Ari for organizing this club. And some people may say, another club? Well, don't you have enough clubs? No. The better, the more the better. The more the merrier, right? I remember when I was running my campaign, I was invited to a Republican club, Reagan Republican Club by Fanny Vasilevskaya, and it was my first, I think my first political public speech was in that club. And so we need to understand the importance of Republican clubs. It's not just people, come together discussing things. Clubs are helping candidates to win the election and re-election, because it's very tough to be a Republican in a blue state. It's very tough to be a Republican in a blue city. It's extremely tough. So our goal, and one of the goals of this club, is to get new Republican candidates elected and keep the Republican seats. And this is one of the main goals of this club. However, we are friends with many different clubs. I'm very proud to be a part of this club. But you know, it's open, you know, it's interesting, we discussed who may come here. And I said, you know, we have to register people, this and that. And Ari was right, actually. He said, you know what, anyone could come. Anyone could. I'm like, even Democrats? He said, yes, even Democrats. Let them come here. But we know there are a lot of moderate Democrats. For example, I was at Jamie Wheeling's fundraiser. You know, she's running on 3 lines: Democratic, Conservative, and Republican. And many think, what a lucky elected official running on 3 lines. And you know, let me tell you something, that's the toughest thing. Because it's a common sense person. She's a common sense elected official. Anyway, thank you so much everyone for coming. Congratulations with the opening of this amazing club, and I hope this club will produce more and more and more elected, Republican elected officials in the great city of New York and the great borough of Brooklyn. And Ari, I think this is the first citation that this club receives. I didn't expect this as well, but less thing that I thought, it's a must. It's a must to do so. Community First Republican Club is receiving a citation from New York State Assembly, congratulating you with the grand opening of the club.
Whoever did that needs to.